going to get blocked by that high pressure, so we shouldn't expect to see any precipitation from that. Tonight, overnight, we're going to drop into the mid-50s to 60s, 60 degrees the low in Columbus, 56 in Athens, and 59 down in Ironton and Ripley. Tonight, mostly clear, again seasonable weather, and tomorrow morning will still be pretty chilly, 59 degrees for your bus stop forecast, a little bit of patchy fog as we've been seeing a lot this week, so once again, if you're out in your car, make sure you take extra precaution. As we go through the day, though, that fog will burn off pretty quickly. By noon, we'll be seeing sunny skies with temperatures of 83 degrees, and we'll hit a high of 89 tomorrow in Athens. Very warm again for a start of fall. Have mostly sunny skies across the region. Highs tomorrow all in the mid-80s to 90s. 90 degrees down in Ironton and Ripley. It is very, very warm for your mid-September. And looking at our 7-day, we see those warm temperatures lasting through the weekend. 89 degrees the high tomorrow, 88 the high on Friday. With those high temperatures during the day, we're seeing temperatures drop down into the 50s and 60s at night, giving us over a 30-degree difference in those temperatures. On Sunday, we'll see a slight cold front push through the region, giving us a high of 85 degrees, so a little bit closer to normal. But we'll heat right back up again for Monday with that high pressure building in the region. Luckily for us, on Tuesday, a cold front will be moving through the region later into the day, giving us a drop in temperatures for later in the week. But along with that cold front, we could see some showers on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. After those clear up, though, we'll see partly cloudy skies on Wednesday. And then for Thursday, finally going to start to feel like fall out there with a high of 73 degrees. Those temperatures will continue to drop a little bit on Friday, but then tune in next week and we'll continue to tell you how those temperatures are going to be for your weekend next week. That's all for your forecast. Over to you, Ann.
Thanks, Nanda. I'm excited for those warm weekend temperatures. When minutes count, would you know what to do if someone is choking? Jim Morelli has the steps in today's Health Minute.
The Heimlich maneuver was made famous by Dr. Henry Heimlich more than 40 years ago. It is one of several first aid options used when someone is choking.
In the grand scheme of medical procedures, this one's incredibly safe.
Dr. Kyle Staller is a gastroenterologist at Boston's Massachusetts General Hospital. He says it's important to know the Heimlich maneuver because in a choking situation, minutes count.
We know that when someone's deprived of oxygen for 4 minutes, that brain damage can start to occur.
You want to locate their navel and make a fist, put it right above the navel.
Susan Mastandrea teaches the procedure to YMCA lifeguards.
You want to put the other hand on top of that fist and you want to do strong inward and upward thrusts like that.
Dr. Staller recommends 5 to 10 thrusts at a time, treating each one as an independent effort to clear the airway.
Basically what you're doing is you're taking air that's trapped in their lungs and you're forcing it to be expelled out at a high rate of speed and a high pressure.
It's important to use airway clearing procedures like the Heimlich only when needed. In Attleboro, Massachusetts, Jim Morelli for CNN.
Thanks, Jim. Now we're going to go over to Joseph at the sports desk. Joseph?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Joseph Payton in sports. We'll tell you all about how the Cleveland Indians and Cincinnati Reds fared in their games yesterday evening, and we'll also preview the Ohio soccer team as they begin Mid-American Conference play this weekend on Friday and Sunday in Bowling Green. All that and more coming up next on Newswatch. But as always, stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities, and of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything. Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Joseph Payton. As time moves on and we get deeper into the season of fall, Ohio athletic teams are getting deeper into their schedules. And that especially holds true for the Ohio soccer team. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m., they'll kick off Mid-American Conference play on the road against the Bowling Green Falcons. Ohio enters MAC play with a record of 2 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. However, the Falcons come into tomorrow night's game at 5-3, having won 2 games in a row. So Ohio has an opportunity to start MAC play with what would be a huge victory. Then on Sunday, the Bobcats will wrap things up in Bowling Green as they play the Toledo Rockets at 1 p.m. Both of those games will be available to watch on ESPN3. With just under 2 weeks remaining in the MLB regular season, the race for the postseason is heating up, and the Cleveland Indians don't seem to be cooling down. Last night, the Indians hosted the Kansas City Royals and took care of business with a 4-3 victory. Carlos Santana was 4 for 5 with 1 RBI for the Indians, and the win increased their lead in the American League Central Division to 7.5 games, and it also decreased their magic number to win the division to 5. And while the Indians look to be in control of the division, last night's loss for Kansas City eliminated them from winning the Central Division Championship. The Indians and Royals are back in action tonight in Cleveland. First pitch will be at 7:10 p.m. The Cincinnati Reds tried to avoid a 3-game sweep by the Chicago Cubs last night, but beating the Cubs hasn't been an easy task for anyone this year. Having already clinched the National League Central Division Championship, the Cubs had no problem completing the sweep as they took a 9-2 victory over Cincinnati. In the win for Chicago, Chris Bryant hit his 38th home run of the season, and Dexter Fowler also added a home run to the scoring spree. As for the Reds, they have the day off today, but will pick things back up in Milwaukee tomorrow night. First pitch is going to be a little bit after 8 o'clock, 8:10 p.m. The beautiful part about football season nowadays is that football fans don't have to wait till the weekend to see all of the action. Tonight, we get the best of both worlds, starting with the NFL. Tonight at 8:25, the New England Patriots host the Houston Texans at Gillette Stadium, and this game features 2 undefeated teams who would rather not let the other get in the way of win number 3. The Patriots are still without Tom Brady due to suspension and have been starting Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. However, last week, Garoppolo suffered a shoulder injury that will likely sideline him for tonight's game. New England head coach Bill Belichick will likely put the Patriots offense in the hands of Jacoby Brissett, making it his first NFL start. But if the NFL isn't your thing, hey, guess what? There's some college football that will be on tonight as well. And it's a battle of the unbeatens in the ACC. The 5th-ranked team, Clemson Tigers, are on the road tonight in Atlanta against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and both teams come into tonight's game at 3-0. But Heisman candidate Deshaun Watson and Clemson are looking to make a statement. Despite being undefeated, they've dropped a few spots in the polls due to the unimpressive fashion in which they have won the last few weeks. Kickoff tonight begins at 7:30 p.m. I'm Joseph Payton. That's it for sports. Back to you, Ann.
Thanks, Joseph. Right now, we're seeing temperatures in the upper 80s, but overnight we will drop down to 56 degrees in Athens. Mostly clear skies. We're going to be pretty seasonable tonight, but tomorrow temperatures will be anything but seasonable. We're going to hit a high of 89 degrees, very unheard of for the first day of fall. Mostly sunny skies though, so still a pretty nice day if you're willing to brave the heat. And for your 7-day, we see those warm temperatures sticking around through the beginning of the weekend. 88 degrees the high on Friday. Then on Sunday, we'll cool down just a bit at 85 degrees for your high. Monday, though, we'll heat right back up with that high pressure continuing to build in the region. And for your lows, we'll be at pretty near seasonable. But on Tuesday, your highs will continue to drop a little bit as a cold front pushes through, giving us some rain as well as a drop in temperatures with highs nearing 83 on Tuesday, 78 degrees on Wednesday, and on Thursday, finally feeling like fall with a high of 73 degrees. And after that rain passes through on Tuesday, we'll have sunny skies on Thursday through the end of the week. Over to you, Ann.
Thanks, Ananda. And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Ann Jacob. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime online at woub.org. Have a great night.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities, and of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.